People don't realize how much impact the environment has on us. Whether it's the people you're surrounded by, or the food that you surround yourself with, or just the weather that you stay in. This is part 3 of my 5-part series on how habits shape you as a person and how you can shape your life through habits. Let's get 50 likes so we drop part 4. And with that said, let's get it started.
Let's talk about the role of the environment around you, because that is something I realized just 3 months ago, when I went back home. Being in my own old environment, I noticed that I was slowly getting back to my old habits, where I would have breakfast. Somehow I just suddenly started getting the urge to have more breakfasts. I would spend maybe 1 hour and I'm like, let's just have breakfast. It's like the muscle memory kicking back in from my childhood. So it showed me how your environment shapes your habits drastically. It's not only about food, this applies to anything that you want to change in life, whether it's your friends or the location you're currently at, or your house and how it looks, how it's structured, what's close to your desk, what's far from your desk. Is the chips close to your desk, or is the water bottle and fruits close to your desk? All of these contribute to what your mind and body chooses to do. You can put so much thought into, for example, your home setup to maximize good habits and minimize bad habits. I think I got that idea from Atomic Habits, which a lot of the video is inspired by it, but I do have some unique insights and perspectives on it, which is why I'm making this whole video. You guys should check it out if you're convinced by what I'm saying about how habits are so powerful. Sometimes you change habits without even noticing, and it's most probably because of your environment and the people you surround yourself with, which is basically what I mean by environment. This can be a blessing or a curse, depending how you use it. That's why it's essential to be mindful of who you surround yourself with. You surround yourself with alcohol? Well, that's why you're addicted to alcohol. If you surround yourself with pictures of hot women all around on Instagram, all your feed is naked women. So no shit, you're gonna get addicted to pee. But the good news is, as soon as I returned to university, just 2 months ago, I fell right back into my good habits of skipping breakfast, which just shows you another lesson that even if you lose a good habit, you can easily bring it back by exposing yourself to the environment you were in. But unfortunately, this lesson, I learned it a little too late. It would have been useful to know this lesson in my journey of overcoming P, which is what I'm going to talk about in the next section, which is failing is part of the journey.
This concludes the theoretical side of the video. Now, I want you guys to think about how you can take what you learned and apply it to your own life. There are multitudes of ways you can apply that to your own life. Let me share some of my ways. So, first thing I do when I wake up is I make sure I get exposure to sunlight or just bright light so that I can mentally wake up. In some way, that habit enables me to just be more alert and tell my body that, okay, it's time to wake up. It's time to do some work and it's not time to go back to bed. I have a whole video on how to optimize your sleep and be able to sleep easily someday in the next month. I don't know when. But let me know if you guys have any specific things you'd like me to talk about in that topic. Another big thing is what I eat. So I make sure I do not eat in my own room, and I put all the food outside my room, except water, of course. I make sure that water is always around me. I always make sure that every time I take a break from work, I refill my water bottle, so that whenever I want to drink water, there's always water available. Another big thing is I'm very selective with my time. I don't just spend time with anyone and anywhere. I make sure that my time is very valuable and I don't give it to anyone. I give it to people who I actually care about and who actually help me grow as a person. Any other thoughts?
Personally, I use this method where I put my phone and lock it in my safe. I need to do more work to recharge my phone and open the safe than to use it. So I just focus on my task to do for now and like leave whatever else and stick to being focused on my work.
So you can't charge your phone unless you do good work. So you solve an exercise you get to charge your phone for 10 minutes. 2 exercises, 20 minutes, and so on. That's a smart way. This was a birthday gift, and now we're using it as a way to stop distractions while doing some work. Grape. Yo, what? I know I'm coming. Just دقيقة. Recording in progress. شو بدي أقول؟ يلا يلا بلش؟
اول جديد
هلا كمل.
ضويت انا مضوي
مضوى. Okay. Whether it's the people you're surrounded by,